All right, guys, had a leadership conference on Tuesday. Obviously, to cut a long story short, the announcement of that is that Jed will be our sole captain going forward for this season, and Tom, vice captain, with Daniel Merritt, Joel Patfell and Daniel Rich as our deputy. So we've just got the boys here now to answer any questions or shoot away.
Just talk us through the process of that. What were some of the things that came into play when you?
Well, it's a funny old year because a lot of us are new within the organisation, not just coaches but off-field people. So we selected a group of 10 leaders to go away, and also 2 mentors, which Jonathan Brown and Brent Maloney were as well. So the guys that are probably the most well informed of the group. So not only just vote on the leadership group, but to give feedback on each other and how we can improve in our leadership, basically. And the outcome of that also was to select our captain. So that was the process we went with.
What made Jed stand out as the captaincy?
Well, well, a few areas. I mean, Jed's obviously developed not only through a really good on-field leader, which he's always had, but a very solid off-field contributor to the football club. So the way the voting worked is that there was Jed sort of was a bit of a standout in front, and Tom was a bit of a standout in second position, and the last 3 were sort of grouped together. So that's how it sort of panned out and sort of really gave us the answers to how our structure should be this year.
How much role did Brownie play, Justin?
He's significant. I mean, Brownie's role will be to mentor our leaders this year. It was a joint decision. He was really keen to step away and become more of a mentor, and we're all keen to do the same thing. So it worked really well. So he'll be really handy for not just these 2 boys, but our other 8 guys in our captaincy and leadership group to feed off.
Do you see this as a potential long-term model, or just is it a year-by-year process?
What's long-term, really? At the moment, it's something I'd like to do every year. There's no doubt to go away just as a leadership group to see how we improve. I guess for the foreseeable future, yeah.
Oh, it's a huge honour, yeah. I don't think it feels any different to what it did last year. You captain the club, whether you've got someone with you there or not. So, huge honour, very excited for the year to come, and very proud of this moment. But in saying that, again, I was sort of in this situation last year. Yes, I had Brownie there. Brownie missed a few games, so it probably made me become that on-field leader a little bit more in the games that he missed. And he probably stood down a little bit last year. I know Lepp wasn't here, but he stood down and allowed me to probably take that front role a little bit more than what you guys may have seen as well. So, really excited, and really excited that Tom's here as well. And I know he'll be able to help out and do a fantastic job as well. So.
But you can officially tell Brownie to do that, can't you?
I can now, yeah. I did last year, but didn't listen. So now he has to listen. But
good luck.
Yeah.
Tom, what can you bring as a sole vice captain, I suppose?
I think just a different perspective to the table. I think there's a lot of voices within the group now. There's 5 obviously in that sort of captaincy group, and then we've got another group of 5 leaders and 2 mentors. It's a great honour for me to be named vice captain of the footy club that I love, and I think it's a really exciting time for the footy club. It's sort of a new generation now that's come through. We've obviously turned over a few pages through the off-season and trade period, and now we've had a really good pre-season and looking forward to getting out there and playing footy.
Justin, you come in as the new coach, and now we've got the change in the captaincy. Do you feel like you're really sort of changing the guard here?
Probably not. Jed was captain last year, but there's a lot of things that we knew for me. But as I said, I don't think this is going to be the biggest change that involves for the footy team. I would have thought the implementation of our game plan and adapting to new things on field is going to be our biggest challenge.
But bottom line is, it was driven by the group, is I suppose.
This decision? Yeah, no doubt. I mean, we had 20 players that basically are new within the first couple of years of the organisation. Just felt that basically meant half our group, if they were going into a voting scenario, probably didn't have the history to know, more or less, what the right answer was for our leadership group. So got sort of the 10, that have been here the longest and most experienced within the group to decide. And as I said, I like the system because I come up with it, so I better like it. But after that, it became a players' vote and how they wanted to structure it up. So that's it.
Justin, there's a big age gap in your playing list, probably from Jed's sort of era down to Tom's. Do you think Tom and Daniel Rich and those type of guys are still a few years away from being able to sort of assume that sole captaincy role?
Time will tell. time will tell, I guess, how the voting worked out right now. This is how it stands. You know, the team thinks probably Tom's the next in line, and 12 months will tell us a different story, and a different story again. That's why it's going to be an annual thing, and we'll go from there.
Is there a feeling that relieving Browning of some of the pressure of captaincy can let him, I guess, concentrate more on his own game?
Yeah, I think so. I think it'll help him personally, but I think more importantly, it'll help our club develop new leaders. You know, because you know, if Brownie's always in those meetings, he'll always be heard, and he's always dominant, got a strong personality. I mean, I think it's time that the next generation start to come through. So we're really conscious to use his strengths, but also grow others from underneath.
That'll be difficult for him to tone down that role.
No, actually, his contribution up at Noosa was fantastic. He sort of took a backseat to most of the conversations. I think he himself wants new breed coming through as well to help him along.
Jed, did you learn anything last year in the captaincy role that you might be able to apply this year? You know, was there any extra pressure on you that?
Oh, there's always extra pressure whenever you're, I guess, the captain of a footy club. But I think I just learned that you just need to understand where you sit in the footy club and what's important at that stage. So for me, it was fully on field and getting the on field right, and then the other blokes around the club can always help. On field, but they can organise the off field stuff that needs to get done. So my full focus was probably switched from the start of the year. I was sort of worrying about a lot of things, and towards the end of the year, I felt that I grew into the role much better, and fully focused on the on-field things and the things that I could control on field, and probably made me a better leader towards the end of the year.
Justin, can you sort of draw some lines between what Brownie's doing and the way Lynchy contributed to the club in his last couple of years?
I guess similar. And as I said, Brownie's role is to mentor our leaders. I mean, we've got a fair few guys in the older stage of their career that'll be mentors for us, for younger players, for middle tier players, and also now Brownie with their leaders. So mentoring is what it is. It's one-on-one, two-on-two conversations, trying to get the best out of individuals, talk them through scenarios and what could you have done better, things like that. So he's not really a group-focused mentor, it's more of a one-on-one style. So I think he's sort of looking to stick his teeth into that. He's looking forward to that. So, and I think that's where his best placement is also.